Hello and welcome back to another one of these nations. In today's episode, we're doing Vivona. Vivona in the long run. Let's begin. The future of Vivona. Vivona finds itself as a crossroad. Our Duke is the family to the king, and Gadifer has never been a traitorous griffin. Yet at the same time, many Vivonians harbor revolutionary ideals, from the radical Les Amis des ABC through the intellectual student society to the conservative travelers of fidelity. What is the Duke to do in times like this? Does one choose family or their people? We should choose wisely. The revolutionaries are destined to win. Yes, they most certainly are. I am sure of it. Let us side with the revolutionaries. They are sure to win in the chaos. Victory over honor. We will charter the revolutionary movements in our nation and spread their course. It is our only chance at survival. Do any of those ones mention Vivona? Rila, Pradia, yeah, so you have the one event, definitely. And yes, this is the one that has multiple events for that one, the other one. So yeah, Pradia and Vivona are the ones that actually get effects over there. So we are finally going to be getting to the events on the right side for things, since those two are the only ones that really get those. Old revolutionary movements. As Vivona stirs, old ideas are slowly waking up again, and with them, old movements. Vivona already plays host to many groups dissatisfied with the current situation, and have begun to move again, now that the nation teeters on the brink. Yes, it is true. We must do what we must to survive. That is all we can do. Now go to the middle path. Go the middle path. Bad. No, that's bad. Bad. Tag Jur. Now Jur, you know you know what I'm gonna tell you. You have to focus on Vivona. Understood? Good. Tag Vin. And it's actually, for once, it's one that actually makes sense with the name. Vin. Jfit. Jur. Jeb and Jur. None of these make sense with their names. None of those tags make sense. But this one's Vin. Vin makes perfect sense with their tag. Like, yeah, of course. Why wouldn't? Yeah, that makes sense to me. Les Amis des ABC. Let's see what this is. Les Amis des ABC, a fixture in the cafes and bars of the cities. Les Amis des ABC have long been famous, or infamous, depending on how you view it, as radical and rabble-rousers, made up primarily of students from less affluent families. They have advocated for breaking down the old social order and even the adoption of socialist ideas, something that made them either very popular or outright despised, depending on which section of society you look at. One thing is for sure, though, they are many, they are brave, and they are willing to fight. To the barricades. Or, to the barricades! That's more like it. The ones that don't give me an event, I am not gonna focus on. So, turning off those. Endorse the chivalries of fidelity, less chivalrous of fidelity. Okay. Let's see what that means. Because I'm not sure if I know what that means. But we will find out. won't we? Ugolini becomes prime minister. They are something of an anarchoism, but no sane person will dismiss them. As an organization of largely upper-class griffins and landed gentry who have taken inspiration from the old Vivinian knights errant, they've been... Excuse me? Needed some water. They've been central figures within charitable and social works, as well as in the preservation of Vivinian culture, particular martial such. They should have been natural allies of the crown, but their dreams are of Vivonia's pride, not Aquilia's greatness, and for all their oddities, they are more than willing to fight for her. For everlasting prosperity. Interesting. And yeah, that one allows me to get a different group popularity up. Fund the Society's des Intellectual Ardens, Society of Intellectual Students. No, you want to do Vivona. Tag Jur. Now Jur. Don't you know, Jur, that you want to annoy Vivona instead? Now let's tag back to Vin. There you go. Vivona is a much nicer thing to target. And I know that to be true. So you're dumb. This is, yeah, that's that one again. All the nations get that same sort of event, I believe. Unless that was a different one and I'm dumb, but if I am, oh well. Society of Intellectual Students. One of the most influential of all movements in Vivona is the SIS, a nearly century-old organization of university students, current and former. They started out as study circles, but they have, over time, grown to massive networks of intellectual and political activists who have seen the changes in other parts of the world, most notably the Convergency Revolution of 978. And who are asking themselves why Vivona does not walk such a path as well. They have influence, context, and numbers, and they are unrelenting in their pursuit of political change. Progress is key to civilization. Next, we're going to emphasize cultural distinctions. Vivonian culture, an Aquilian variation. Yes, of course. We are much different. Do not ask how. But we are. We most certainly are. Vivonian culture, an Aquilian variation? How long have we been told that the culture of our people, from the food to the language, is just a version of the Aquilian one? They insist on it, in fact. Yet, if that is the case, why then are the streets of Vivona lined with restaurants insisting on serving Aquilian food? Yet if we tried to serve Vivonian dishes in Aquilia, you would be laughed out of the city. If we are truly one and the same culture, how come their ways are the right ones, period? It is time to reject this notion. Embrace the food, the language, the customs, and the traditions that make up Vivona and its people. We're Vivonians, not Aquilians. Yeah! Now we're gonna cite historical feuds. Divided lineage. And we're totally gonna go with you know what, these guys sound funny. We're gonna go with them. We're gonna root for them because they just sound funny. And if you sound funny, that makes me more likely to root for you. So there you go. Divided lineage. Vivona is a paradise on Earth, yet Aquilia would tell us we're just a sleepy little corner of it, one with odd, primitive customs, and who probably should just stick to making wine. Our nobility isn't as old as Aquilia's, but is viewed as country bumpkins. Our traditions are considered unbecoming, and our language just a primitive dialect. All that we are is inferior to them, and they will only be happy when we leave it all behind. We're not like them. We're Vivonian. Alright, that looks like to be all the events I'm going to get for a while. I do have this one still coming up, so I'll see you back when we get to that event, because that will be a little while. I'll see you in a bit. Alright, and the event is in. A visit to Vivona. Vivona has been graced by the presence of the royal family. With tensions high, many had feared that a visit from the temperate king would only make things worse. But thankfully the visitor turned out to be the Princess Vivin. The princess, as charming as any griffin could be, took her time with both commoner and noble. It was all smiles and delight. Even with the possibility of revolution ahead, for one evening the princess managed to assuage fears and give a moment of joy to all. Thank Airy Meserset St. Vivina instead. She seems like a nice lady. Hopefully we'll learn more about her in the future. But anyways, I'm gonna see you in a little bit. We'll probably be back in 156 days, so yeah. See you then. Woo! The revolution of Vivona! Down with the tyrants! Our forces have secured the Ducal Palace and the outlying regions of the capital. Raise high the banner of Vivona. March forth. We march for freedom, for victory, for the revolution and the Vivonian people. Oh, we straight up said we're going communist, boy, yo. Jeez. Also, us doing this on the revolutionary path definitely feels like this is the path that would have the best chance of us just defeating Aquilia. Because, like, these guys are both going that way, I'm that way, and then I've just got to, you know, hold off down here as they hopefully deal with stuff up there. But, you know, it happens. But, yeah. We have gone through their path, and next time we're going to be checking out their other path. See you then, and if you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell button. And as always, peace.